What's good, Panther Nation? It's your boy Myron McRae, aka Tornado McRae, across the skies of the internet, here with another episode of Panther Pride TV, your one-stop shop for all your Panther notifications and your Panther obligations. And happy Juneteenth to all my people out there. Hope y'all are having a great Thursday. If you got the day off, hope you're able to enjoy your day off and whatnot. I got my Juneteenth shirt on straight up, so I am happy about today. But guys, we're going to get into today's docket, and the first thing, we've all seen it by now, Jaire Alexander has officially signed with the Baltimore Ravens, and he signed on a one-year, $4 million deal with $2 million in incentives, so technically a one-year, $6 million deal. And I'm mad. I'm mad, bro. I'm actually really mad about that. And the thing about it is, apparently reports have come out that Jaire Alexander turned down more money in a lot of places to go play with his former teammate and one good friend, Lamar Jackson. Now, listen, I get playing with Lamar Jackson. I mean, the boy's phenomenal. I'm not going to sit here and lie to y'all, but 1 year, $6 million, that's all it took to play with an old teammate? Carolina, you could have just went and found one of his old teammates from college if we were going to do that, bro. Oh, man. That honestly hurts. It honestly hurts because that's the type of deal I would have liked Carolina to sign Jaire Alexander on. That's a very cheap deal for a guy of his talent, for his injury history. That's a perfect deal in my eyes. And if that was something he was willing to accept in Carolina, I definitely would have made that call. I would 1 year, $6 million to get Jaire Alexander, and he turned out to be healthy. Come on, man. It makes sense, but it happens, and we have to move forward from there. So, honestly, with all that being said, where does Carolina move forward in the cornerback department if they're going to make a move? Because here's the thing. Here's what the free agent market is looking like right now. So, these are all the remaining quarterbacks that are available in free agency. Not safeties, just corners. And a few notable names that we've had up here. A lot of y'all love Stephon Gilmore coming back. You have Mike Hilton, Asante Samuel Jr., Cameron Sutton, Jack Jones, and then like Kadar Hallman and a few others. Those are some notable names, but here's the whole list of who's still available in the free agency market. That's not to take into account for the rookies that might end up getting waived from camp and so on and so forth. And honestly, I'm going to say this. If Carolina is going to sign anybody here, they definitely got to do it before camp starts on July 21st. They need to. Like that individual needs to be signed, sealed, and delivered before camp starts on July 21st. No ifs, ands, or buts. But at the rate they're moving, I feel like they have, honestly, until July 4th weekend, truthfully, till July 4th weekend, July 4th and probably the day or two after, somewhere around there, to make a move and sign there. Or to trade for somebody on a different team that we're not thinking of right now. And if they don't make that move, bro, don't even waste your time until the trade deadline. And that's if there's somebody readily available that we want and can see as a viable option. That's just me. I would have loved to make a signing sooner so the individual could have been at like OTAs and minicamp as well. Build the camaraderie, build the chemistry, build the continuity, get familiar with the defense, have more time learning our defensive scheme, learning Avero, learning what he wants from his corners, so on and so forth. But if you're going to do it, do it soon. If not, Carolina, don't waste time. Honestly, don't even look at the trade deadline, but don't waste time. Don't even waste your time the rest of the summer. Just go into the season with who you got, and let's keep pushing forward, man. But Jaire Alexander signed with the Ravens for such a cheap deal. God, hurts my soul. And then in the other half of the secondary, man, the big question I've seen, and I've honestly been asking myself, is at the safety position in terms of those free agents. And which safety should Carolina go for? Is it Julian Blackman or Justin Simmons? That is the big question that a lot of people are asking. And obviously there are other safeties, but these two have been sticking out to my mind a lot. And so when I look at their numbers from last year, bro, it is a tough decision. Because check this out, guys. Last year, both of their 2024s, here's what you had. For Blackman, 86 total tackles, 62 solo tackles. He was targeted 36 times. He allowed a completion percentage of 69.4%, had 4 pass deflections, 3 interceptions, allowed 3 TDs, allowed a passer rating of 103.2, and he played 1,083 snaps. Now, in Justin Simmons' case, Justin Simmons had 62 tackles, 36 solo tackles. He was targeted 37 times, allowed a completion percentage of 59.5%, 7 pass deflections, 2 interceptions, allowed 3 TDs as well, allowed a pass rating of 81.9, and played 1,017 snaps. They are nearly identical, man. Like, that's wild. That's honestly really, really crazy. And when I look at it, Blackman makes more tackles. It is clear as day. But they almost got the exact same targets, and Simmons is clearly the better pass defender based off of this. Like, completion percentage, more pass deflections. He had one less interception. But they both allowed the same TDs, and the passer rating that he allowed is a lot lower. So, if you're asking me who am I taking here? Honestly, it's very dependent. If you want immediate response right now, if you want immediate impact, I'm taking Simmons. And I'm taking Simmons because we addressed a lot of our front seven in the offseason, so I think that will help in terms of pass coverage, and I need somebody who's more locked down in pass coverage. Yes, Blackman can make the tackles. I'm not knocking him. I'm not knocking that man. But Simmons is more locked down in coverage. He is more of a disruptor in coverage, and that's what I want out of my safety. I want somebody I know can hold their own on the back end. Plus, like, Simmons has more experience. He's been in the league longer. He's 31, whereas Blackman's 26, so that experience is coming into play. But, man, if I'm looking at the long-term effect, like, if I want something right now for the next 1 to 2 years, I'm going Simmons. If I'm looking at a 4, 5, 6 year answer, I'm honestly going to go Blackman, because here's the thing. These numbers right here are from 2024. So the 9-year vet versus the 5-year vet, right? I want to say 9 years. 31, 26. So around like 9 years, 9, 10 years or so. But this is Simmons numbers in his 5th year, which was back in 2020. So when I compared their numbers like 5th year to 5th year, here's what we get, guys. So Simmons' 5th season was 2020. Blackman's was this past year. Simmons had 96 total tackles, 77 solo tackles, was targeted 54 times, and allowed a completion percentage of 77.8%. He had 9 pass deflections, had 5 interceptions, but allowed 7 TDs, allowed a passer rating of 102.2, and played 1,088 snaps. So 5th year to 5th year, Blackman's actually on a better target, in my opinion, because teams are targeting him less. He's still putting up the tackles. He's allowing almost 10% lower in completion percentage. Pass deflections are lower. It's okay. Interceptions 3 to 5, that's fine. But he allowed fewer TDs, and passer rating is almost exactly the same, and they played almost the exact same snaps. So, again, if Carolina's going to make this signing, it depends on what the reason is. If they're only looking for a 1 to 2 year option, you go Simmons. If you're going 4 to 6 years, you go Blackman. I'm on that boat. And if I'm looking I usually am more of a long-term guy, so I would usually go Blackman, but right now, to keep pounding and keep building on what has transpired since the end of last season, I need something with immediate effect that can help build the chemistry and carry over for the next year, maybe 2 years. So at the end of the day, I'm picking Simmons. I'm picking Simmons over Blackman right now because Carolina needs that immediate right now. They can't afford to have a huge regression in the secondary or on that defensive side because that, in turn, will also affect the offenses, like morale and progress, and you just need to build on it. Like, right now, get the building blocks to build on it right now. That's just me. But if anybody's saying take Blackman, I see why. And third, man, so ESPN, these lists are getting out of hand, honestly, in my opinion. But ESPN just recently dropped, and I think like recently as in yesterday, their all-quarter-century team. And this list was put together by Aaron Schatz and Seth Walder from ESPN. So this ain't even like the regular big names that you know, like a Mel Kiper, Dan Orlovsky, or anybody like that. This ain't the usual names. This is their list, and they put it out on social media, man. Guys, I want y'all to take a look at this. Oh, wait. I'm sorry. Forgot to address this real quick before we moved on. For those of you who are also wondering about the safety free agent market, here's the rest of the free agent market. So you have Whitehead, Quandre Diggs, Jordan Poyer, Chuck Clark, and Kavon Wallace, and a lot of others. Ronnie Harrison, Von Bell, some notable names and things like that. So this is what your safety free agent market is looking like. So if you're not sold on Simmons or Blackman, you have these other names to address and think about. I apologize for not putting this in that section just now, but it was on the slide and I did want to address it real quick. But guys, yeah, as I go into this all-century team, just know, or this all-quarter-century team, just know I didn't put this list together. And, yeah, that's crazy. So, when we look at the quarter all-century team, man, at the quarterback position, I'm not surprised. Peyton Manning, Tom Brady, like Patrick Mahomes. I will say that is probably on the recency bias for Mahomes, but I get it. I get why they did it. I see why they did it. Fullback, though. Kyle Juszczyk. I always mess his name up. I apologize, Kyle. But, my boy, I got one thing to say about that. So, my thing I got to say about that. Was Mike Allstott not a thought process for fullback? Was he not? Like, honestly, was he not a thought process there? I don't get how that didn't happen. But then when you go to the running back is wild. The running back slot is wild. Priest Holmes, Christian McCaffrey, Derrick Henry. Christian has a thought process. Christian has an argument for RB3. I'm not even debating that. Christian has that argument already for RB3. But you are putting Priest Holmes and Derrick Henry over LaDainian Tomlinson and Adrian Peterson. LaDainian Tomlinson not being on this list for the quarter-century team is wild. Absolutely wild, bro. But let's keep going. Because, what? Then, not only that, bro, for the receivers, Randy Moss, Julio, Marvin Harrison, Calvin Johnson, Terrell Owens, Justin Jefferson. Great names. Where's Larry Fitzgerald? Huh? Where's Larry Fitzgerald? Where's Larry Legend? I have a whole video on my personal channel, Tornado McRae, if y'all are curious about it, that tells you why Larry Fitzgerald is the second greatest receiver of all time. A whole breakdown that I'm pretty sure a lot of you do not know about Larry like that. But bro, how is Larry not on that list? Started in his career this whole time, bro. Come on now. The Larry Fitzgerald stuff has to stop. Then the rest of the list, honestly, the one that gets me is Kyle Shanahan as offensive coordinator. If I'm being honest, I would probably throw Sean McVay there. That's just me, because Sean McVay has gone on to win a Super Bowl as an OC as well as while being head coach and an OC. So I'm putting Sean McVay there. And then on the defensive end, bro, I'm putting Julius Peppers over Jaire Allen. I'm sorry. I know we had Jaire Allen, and I'm glad he's a former Panther that's also on this list. Jaire Allen does deserve to be on the list, but I'm putting Julius Peppers over Jaire Allen. That's no ifs, ands, or buts. I don't regret that. At the linebacker spot, Luke Kuechly was listed as linebacker 3 behind Brian Urlacher, and if I'm being honest, I'm putting him over Brian Urlacher. That's just me. I'm putting him over Brian Urlacher. I'm surprised Levante David made this list as the other linebacker behind Bobby Wagner. That's really shocking to me. And then at the kicker slot, I'm trading out Justin Tucker for Adam Vinatieri. I know some of you, that's your thought process to me saying that. I'm trading in Justin Tucker for Adam Vinatieri. Adam Vinatieri was that guy for so long. And I get Tucker. He's great. Phenomenal. Bro, when I need Adam Vinatieri to show up in the clutch, Adam Vinatieri always showed up in the clutch, even to the dismay of the Panthers, man. So, this list has a lot wrong, in my opinion, and I just might go. You know what? I might make that a video, guys. We might do a breakdown or something like that to where we got to sit there and address this entire thing and do our own list about that. I don't know. But that's all I have to say for that, guys. And now we get to our favorite section that some of y'all are loving, and it's Panther Nation Speaks Their Truth, man. So let's see what y'all said in the comments from the last video. First comment that popped up, man. In regards to the TJ Watt information from the last video, Sosa910 says, man, if they can get Watt, you do it. He'll be our next Peppers. Every year Carolina has been good. We had a good edge rusher, a number 1 receiver, and a decent quarterback that can at least get us some points. Give them Icky if they don't want to give up picks. To be honest, I don't think Icky is all that. He's horrible in pass protection, but he's a beast on run blocking. But it's a passing league, so I'm not sold on him yet. Nani? Hey. I can see why he's not so, that. I don't know, bro. I don't know about giving up Icky for it, because now you're just making the pass protection worse, in my opinion. If you're losing Icky, you're losing pass protection. But it's if you can get him, I see where he's going at, though. If you could get him. But I don't know about that one. That's a slippery slope, because in response to that, here's the other side that I've seen with that. So Johnny843TV says, Pittsburgh, they could ship him off somewhere else. That's too rich for us. Hey, that's exactly what I'll be thinking. I'm that's my biggest thing. I'm TJ Watt is an expensive asset, bro. And I don't know. And that's where I've been seeing a lot of y'all at. Y'all either are saying, go get TJ or do not touch TJ. That is it. It's go get him. He's worth it. And then do not touch TJ. So there's that. And then final comment that we've seen today, and this is more so about the cornerback talks that we had in the last video, and the stats about JC compared to a Sauce Gardner and a Trent McDuffie. And City on Third says, less stats is more optimal for cornerbacks because it means they don't throw that way as often, sometimes even intentionally avoiding that side of the field. And truthfully, I see your point. That is a logical point. That is true. There is no lying there because when you are really locked down, they do avoid you. However, the contrast could be, and I've seen this with a few corners, is the few times that they do throw at you, you don't do great. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're known as a lockdown, but then all of a sudden, when they do throw at you, your completion percentage is 80%. So it's like, are you great lockdown or were you just great in cover? Like, it's neither here nor there. I need a good sample size of both. Like, I want you to be a corner that people don't want to try, but you still have enough targets to justify like why they don't try you as much as they do. You know what I mean? But I get where he's going. Makes total sense. For prime example, Darrelle Revis. At what point do you even try Darrelle Revis, bro? You just at some point you got to throw it up to your number one guy against the number one corner. You know what I mean? But guys, that's all I have for today's video. If you enjoyed this, please make sure to like, share, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can always be notified of when these videos drop. Next, comment below and let me know your thoughts on the cornerback market and who Carolina should go after now that Jaire has signed. Which decision would you make? Would you sign Justin Simmons, Julian Blackman, or somebody else at that safety slot? And lastly, what are some of the changes you would make to this ESPN AllCentury team? And would y'all like to see a video on that? Everything in between. And let me know, guys, because at the end of the day, what do I know? I'm just a skinny brother with two tats. Peace. Much love to all you Panther Nation. Take care. Later days. And as always, keep pounding. I'll see you next time.